Hey guys, this is another tutorial brought to you by wholesalevinylfencing.net. In this tutorial we're going to show you how to assemble a double gate. There's a lot going on this one. The first thing that you're going to want to do is string it out, make your marks, and then dig your holes. Remember when you're digging the gate holes to really make them big, 18 to 20 inches and then 30 to 36 inches deep. Pre-mix your concrete. And then pour the concrete into the hole. Fill the entire hole with the concrete. Don't put the post in and then put concrete around it. Water will get inside, freeze, and then the tops of the fence will start pushing up. You always want to set your end post first. That's what's going to give you a true line of sight. Get your steel and then screw it into your hinge post. I like to screw the steel into the hinge post because it's a lot easier to drive the post down into the concrete with the steel inside of it instead of vice versa, putting the post in and then trying to drive the steel down. It just eliminates a lot of extra steps. So to get the line of sight, you're just going to set up a string line. And this will show you exactly where to put that post. Notice he's holding the plumb. And that is a laser level. You can use other methods, but we like to use a laser level to keep the tops nice and level. This is going to be a 10-foot double gate, so that'll be two 5-foot panels. So when setting those posts, it would be 10 foot 3 inches. You want 1 inch for your hinges and 1 inch for your latch. So a double gate's going to have a hinge on each side and a latch. So you're going to add 3 inches to your opening. This is a pretty cool fence. We're going to be making the top level, and you can see how the bottom slopes. A lot of extra steps with this, but it's really going to look nice when it's finished. So the posts have been set for a few days now, and we're going to install the rails. We crimp the ends of the rails to keep them secure in the post. You don't have to use a crimping tool. You can just screw them in. We have other videos on that. Check out our video called How to Do a Fence Without a Notcher. Okay, now we're using the mid rail. If you noticed, we had to rip out the bottom so it'll hold pickets on the top and bottom. Just like that. So it'll slide in and then we can put an extra set of pickets on the top. That section is pretty tall. It's like 8 feet tall. And you don't want to just put pickets in there. You want to have that mid rail for stability. We'll apply the top rails, and then we put screws into the top rails so the panels will hold tight together. You can see they're applying the screws into the tops. We'll put the post caps on, and then it'll be time to hang the gates. And with our post caps, we screw them on. Okay, now you're going to put your hinges on. We generally put the hinges about 3 inches above the bottom rail and 3 inches below the top rail. And then you're just going to align the top rails. So the gate top rail and the fence top rail should match, and then you'll screw it into place. Those are self-tapping screws. You don't have to pre-drill. It'll drill right through the metal. Put your level on top of the gate and make sure that it's level. If it's not, then you can adjust it. Notice the hinge. These are directional. The left side will go on the post. The right side goes on the gate. Line it up, hold your level, and just make sure all the rails match horizontally across the top. Now that it's been set, you can see the weights pulled it down, so we have to adjust back to level. And I like to go slightly past level so it pitches up. Okay, now we're going to line the gates up straight. When they're straight, then you can know where to put your drop rod holder. And then just pound that right into the ground, or you could dig a hole and set it in concrete. We're going to set the latch first, whatever height works for you, and then we'll put the striker on. And that's it. That is a beautiful looking fence and very strong gates. For more tutorials, check out wholesalevinylfencing.net.